title, meaning you own that property. Which, by the way, in America, you can't get that. It's impossible to get that. All right, go ahead.
As transient squatters, they can be evicted at will by the government.
Yep. Yeah, read that little highlighted part.
This is the Hunting Indians in Massachusetts, a scouting journal of 1758. In 1757, the Great and General Court of Massachusetts made a new resolution to rid the colony of the Indian enemy. The bounty on scalps was increased from 250 pounds to 300 pounds, a sum likely to inspire the needy as well as the adventurous. Scalp hunting was not only a sporting pastime, it was a profitable business.
Yep. That was it?
Yeah, that's
all right. And then we're gonna finish off on this, the Thanksgiving special. All right. This is basically the breakdown of the Thanksgiving. Any brother have any comments or scriptures? You know, you always bring it up. So yeah, read that.
The real.
Yes, sir?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I have something. Psalms 10 and 6. He has said in his heart, I shall not be moved, for I shall never be in adversity. His mouth is full of cursing and deceit and fraud. Under his tongue is mischief and vanity. He sitteth in the lurking places of the villages. In the secret places doeth he murder the innocent.
Yeah, that's his devil. That's Illuminati, man. You know, they do their works in darkness, man, so no one can see. But everything is being exposed anyway. You know, go ahead.
His eyes are privily set against the poor. He lieth in wait secretly as a lion in his den. He lieth in wait to catch the poor. He doeth catch the poor when he draweth him in his net. He croucheth and humbleth himself, that the poor may fall by his strong ones. He has said in his heart, God has forgotten. He hideth his face, he'll never see it. Arise, O Lord, O God, Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. Lift up thine hand, forget not the humble. Wherefore doeth the wicked contempt God? He hath said in his heart, thou wilt not require it. Thou hast seen it, for thou beholdest mischief and spite, to require it with thine hand. The poor committeth himself unto thee. Thou art the helper of the fatherless. A lot of you Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans ain't got no fathers.
Yep, that's
break thou the arm of the wicked, and the evil man. Seek out his wickedness till thou find none. The Lord is king forever and ever. The heathen are perished out of his land.
Yeah, you got Khazars in our land, Edomites, right? You got Arabs. You got Hamites, refugees now. You know, go ahead.
Lord, thou hast heard the desire of the humble. Thou wilt prepare their heart. Thou wilt cause thine ear to hear, to judge the fatherless and the oppressed, that the man of the earth may no more oppress.
Yep.
The man of the earth is Esau, the Edomite, the so-called white man.
The power of the earth is in his hand, you know. All right. So yeah, read that.
The real Thanksgiving Day massacre. The Pequots today own the Foxwood Casino and Hotel in Ledyard, Connecticut, with gross gaming revenues of over $9 billion in 2000. This is truly a very belated miracle, since the real first Pilgrim Thanksgiving was intended as the Pequot's epitaph 16 years after the problematical Plymouth feast. The English tried mightily to erase the Pequots from the face of the earth, and thanked God for the blessing. Having subdued intimidated or made mercenaries of most of the tribes of Massachusetts, the English turned their growing force southward toward the rich Connecticut Valley. The Pequot sphere of influence at the point where the Mystic River meets the sea. The combined force of English and Allied Indians bypassed the Pequot fort to attack and set ablaze a town full of women, children, and old people. Many prisoners were executed, and surviving women and children sold into slavery in the West Indies.
Yeah, so you got a lot of Gaddites. They got shipped to the West Indies there, and there was a revolution. I think it was in 1511. Gaddites got put in the West Indies, and they allied themselves with the Jakes there, and they revolted for 10 years against Esau. You know, so they allied themselves together. You know, go ahead.
William Bradford, the former governor of Plymouth and one of the chroniclers of the 1621 feast, was also on the hand for the Great Massacre of 1637. Those that escaped the fire were slain with the sword, some hewed to pieces, others run through with their rapiers, so that they were quickly dispatched, and very few escaped. It was conceived they thus destroyed about 400 at this time. It was a fearful sight to see them thus frying in the fire. Horrible was the stink and scent thereof, but the victory seemed a sweet sacrifice, and they gave the prayers thereof to God.
Yeah, and then it tells you in the book of I think it's Psalms or Proverbs. Yeah, Proverbs. The sacrifice of the wicked is an abomination to the Most High. You know, go ahead.
Who had wrought so wonderfully for them, thus to enclose their enemies in their hands, and give them so speedily a victory over so proud and insulting an enemy. The rest of the white folks thought so too. This day forth shall be a day of celebration and thanksgiving.
Yep.
For subduing the Pequots.
Yep.
Read Governor John Winthrop's proclamation. The authentic Thanksgiving Day was born. Most historians believe about 7 Pequots were slaughtered at Mystic.
How much?
At 700.
Yeah, you said 7. It's like,
oh. Okay, here we go again.
Yeah.
Most historians believe about 700 Pequots were slaughtered at Mystic. Many prisoners were executed, and surviving women and children sold into slavery in the West Indies.
Yep. So, 50, yeah, 50. Just the highlight.
Just the highlight?
Yeah.
Okay. 55 years after the original Thanksgiving Day, the Puritans had destroyed the generous Wampanoag and all other neighboring tribes. The Wampanoag chief King Philip was beheaded. His head was stuck on a pole in Plymouth, where the skull still hung on display 24 years later.
Yep.
This is not thought to be a fit Thanksgiving tale.
Yep, so that's why they sugarcoat it, man. It's not a little fun thing to tell little kids that, you know? Go ahead.
For the children of today, but it is the real story, well known to the settler children of New England at the time.
Yes, little kids knew at the time, obviously, because every time they went outside, they seen his head on the pole, man. You know? Go ahead.
The white kids who saw the Wampanoag head on the pole year after year.
So this guy, this Jake, he was a chief. They call him King Philip, but he has a native name. I forget what it's called. It starts with an M. All right. The Wampanoag Indians, the Gaddites, after they killed they decimated their forces. Basically, they got the chief and they cut off his head and they put on the pole as celebration and Thanksgiving, furthering, man. All right. Go ahead.
On the pole year after year, I knew for certain that God loved them best of all, and that every atrocity they might ever commit against the heathen, non-white, was blessed.
So hold on. So get that scripture in Ecclesiastes. Sentence against an evil work. All right, don't worry. You keep reading though.
Yeah.
So they say, oh, listen, we're not getting judged. So obviously God is with us. That's beautiful, man, because that's in the scriptures, man. That's a direct contradiction. You know. Oh yeah. Just finish that.
The British North American colonists' practice of enslaving Indians for labor or direct sale to the West Indies preceded the appearance of the first chained Africans at the dock in Jamestown, Virginia in 1619. The Jamestown colonist human transaction with the Dutch vessel was an unscheduled occurrence. However, once the African slave trade became commercially established, the fates of Indians and Africans in the colonies became inextricably entwined. New England, born of up close and personal, burned them in the fires of hell genocide, led the political and commercial development of the English colonies. The region also led the nascent nation's descent into a slavery-based society and economy.
Yep. So it tells you that the Negroes and the Indians, they had an intertwined destiny, meaning they're both enslaved. All right. So get Ecclesiastes.
Ecclesiastes 8 and 11. Because sentence against an evil work is not executed speedily.
Right. So sentence against an evil work, all these evil works that the white man has done, his sentence is not executed speedily. So that's why they said, "Oh, God is with us." All these atrocities we're doing, God is with us. He loves us. You know. But keep reading.
Therefore, the heart of the sons of men is fully set in them to do evil.
Yeah, that's exactly the sons of men is the white man and the other nations. All right, and specifically Esau, he's the son of the wicked. All right, so they say it says that their heart is set to do wickedness, so because obviously they're not getting sentence, they're not getting judgment. Go ahead.
Though a sinner do evil 100 times and his days be prolonged, yet surely I know that it shall be well with them that fear God,
Yep.
which fear before him.
Yep. So it's all those Jakes that were killed and all that. You know, if they kept the commandments, it's good with them, man. You know, because they're come back in the reincarnation. If they're the elect, then it's gonna be good with them. You know.
But it shall not be well with the wicked.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Neither shall he prolong his days, which are as a shadow, because he feareth not before God.
Yep.
There is a vanity which
That was.
okay.
So can someone get Sirach 41? Remember the abomination? You know which one?